everyone, it's Empties time. I feel like I film these really often, and I think I just don't want to get too much stuff because then these videos will end up even longer than they already are, so hopefully they're not getting too boring. But I do have quite a few empties to go through because they just seem to be piling up at the moment. So let's get stuck into them. So the first empty I've got is a shower gel from Soap and Glory, and this is their Sugar Crush range scent. And this was a YouTube made me buy it thing. I was looking for some new shower gel. They had these on 3 for 2, so I do have 2 others from Soap and Glory that I'm using as well. But this was the first one I got through, and the scent of this, it just, yeah, that transports me straight back to my childhood. It smells like we used to have a soda stream, and you know you get like the cordials, the really highly concentrated cordials that you make the fizzy drink out of. I think we had like a lime one or something, limeade, and that is pretty much exactly what this smells like. It's a nice enough shower gel. I quite like the fact that it comes in a pump. Whoa! Yeah, I quite like the fact that it comes in a pump. I think I'm actually probably going to reuse this bottle to decant other shower gels in once I get through the other Soap and Glory bottles, because it's actually quite handy not having to pick a bottle up. I just wish it dispensed slightly more product with each pump. You know, it'd be nice if one pump was kind of enough for everywhere. Maybe I'm just too greedy, maybe I use too much, I don't know. But it's a lovely shower gel actually. The scent, I couldn't really go too crazy for. When I was looking into which scents to get, I basically went with the most scientific approach of looking up Boots' website and seeing which ones had the highest rating. Yeah, if in doubt, that's what I did. And it's quite a nice fresh scent, I suppose, but I don't know, I just prefer something a bit different. One thing I did really like about this is it was very moisturising on the skin. It was one of those shower gels which a little bit kind of did go a long way, and it just lathered really nicely, so yeah, I enjoyed that one. Next empty I've got is a conditioner. This is the Organics or OGX Quenching Coconut Curls Conditioner. I also got the shampoo of this as well, which I'm not quite finished with yet because I always get through conditioner first. It was okay. I probably wouldn't buy it again. It's nothing, you know, groundbreakingly amazing in the curly hair territory conditioning stakes, but you know, it was okay. One of the things that I really didn't like about this and the shampoo was the fact that the perfume in it is very strong. It's obviously the first thing you notice. Yeah, it doesn't need to be as strong smelling as this. It's quite over the top, and I remember when it first arrived after I bought it and I smelt it and I just thought, oh my god, how am I going to get through this and use it? It's very strong. I prefer something not quite so perfumed. But it was okay. I got through it. I'm not going to use it again, but there you go. I seem to have about 1 million cleansers to talk about, so I'm just going to do a very quick whistle-stop tour through them. The first one I've got is this like travel size of the Philosophy 3-in-1 Purity face cleanser thing. I mentioned this in my Best and Worst of Beauty that I recently did, which I'll link down below if you want to hear a bit more in depth on this. But I was really disappointed by this. It's been a product I've wanted to try for a really long time, and I just found that it ultimately did not live up to the hype. It's very gentle, lovely, you know, not too perfumed or anything, but I just found that it didn't really remove eye makeup. I found that it didn't really remove eye makeup particularly well, and I'm after a cleanser which feels nice, maybe smells a bit nice as well, and removes eye makeup. So maybe I'm asking for the impossible, I don't know, but I'm glad I tried it. I'm glad it was only a small one, This came in my first Latest in Beauty box, so again I'll link that down below if you want to check that video out. But yeah, no thank you. Got another Diddy sample size thing here, and I'm really sad that this is an empty. This is the name that I still don't know how to pronounce. I'll have to see if I can find out. Mario Badescu. I'll write the name on screen and then you can try and figure it out. It's the glycolic foaming cleanser, and I absolutely loved this so much. It was a sample I got from Beauty Bay with an order that I'd done. I got the glycolic toner and the cleanser, and this lasted for ages considering it was, you know, what's this in here? Is it going to tell me?
I don't actually know how big this sample is.
1 ounce or 29ml. So not very much at all, but a little bit goes a really long way. I love the consistency, it foamed really nicely. I did learn a bit of a lesson with this one because you're not actually supposed to use it every day, and I was loving it so much I was using it probably a bit too much, and I had a bit of a breakout, but I think my skin was probably getting too much glycolic acid, because as soon as I started using it maybe only 1 to 2 times a week, it was a lot better. So I will definitely be buying this again at some point in the future. I'm trying a couple of other Mario Badescu facial cleansers at the moment, so we'll see how those go, but I definitely have this on my radar now. I think it's a lovely cleanser, really good for controlling breakouts, even though it did break me out a bit, but I think that was my fault for using it wrongly. But yeah, it's absolutely lovely. I've mentioned this in a few videos, so I'll see if I can find them and I will link them down below. Next thing to mention in terms of a cleanser is this one from Clarins, and it's their Daily Energizer Cleansing Gel with Moringa Extract. This is a nice cleanser. It's got a nice scent to it that works well for the morning. Yeah, it's got quite a sort of orangey smell. It's nice, it foams really nicely. It just, what can you say? It's a nice cleanser. It doesn't really do anything spectacular to the skin. I think since discovering other brands and other cleansers, I think there are some really nice ones out there. You know, this came in part of a gift pack, I think it was, so it's like a travel size one. This is 1 ounce as well. But what can I say? Not that exciting, nice enough to use, don't remember anything spectacular about it, but it's been used. On to something I do really remember using, and this is from Estee Lauder, and it's their Perfectly Clean Triple Action Cleanser, Toner and Makeup Remover. This is another kind of travel sample size. It's 45ml. This I received, I think it was just a freebie for placing an order. They had a promotion where, you know, whatever it was that you were buying, they chucked one of these into, and I really did not like this. I just think, firstly, foaming cleansers are not for me. I don't know if there's like the tiniest bit left. Oh, there is. That's handy. That's the kind of texture of it. It's one of these ones which comes out and it's already foamed up for you. It smells nice and fresh. It's got a nice scent to it, but I just find it a bit like weird. I mean, the texture just disappears really quickly into your skin, but I just prefer something a bit with a bit more substance to it, a bit more, you know, a bit thicker. Something that actually foams up when you're starting to wash your face, not the other way around, because what it ultimately feels like is it doesn't really feel like you're cleaning your skin at all. There's a slightly oily residue to it as well, which is a bit weird. And I don't really remember it removing makeup particularly well. I was quite pleased to get through this. There is obviously a teeny weeny bit left in there, but it just kind of got pushed to one side and forgotten about for a while, and then I thought I really must get through that just to give it a fair trial, and yeah, it just wasn't for me. I find cleansers that foam when you pump them out are just a bit weird. I just don't feel like I'm getting particularly clean using them. I don't know if that's just me, but there you go. I also have this simple face wash here. This is one that I've bought again and again and again. It's just a very nice non-perfumed gel consistency face wash, which does foam up a little bit on your face. It's 100% soap free, it's pretty cheap to buy. It's the kind of thing that I use when I don't really have much cleanser around to use, or I just want to do a very quick cleanse, like sometimes if I'm in a hurry in the morning. It just literally sits on my wash basin all the time, and you know, sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, but it's quite a nice one to use if my skin's having a bit of a bad moment. Maybe I've put something on it that my skin's not agreed with. Because this is so stripped back and natural, it's just nice to be able to use something that won't aggravate my skin. So yeah, this is one that I've used for years and years and years. I'll probably continue to buy it until I find something to replace it with, really. The last cleanser I've got here is from Omorovicza, and it's their Miracle Cleanser with chamomile, eucalyptus, rosemary and bergamot, and this is another 30ml sort of travel sample size. This came with a cleansing cloth as well. This was in the Cult Beauty Spring Goodie Bag, I believe, so I've had this a little while. It was one of those ones that I kind of picked up and used, and I thought, and then put it down again, and then maybe didn't go back to it for a little while. It's a cream cleanser. I'll see if there's any in here left to show you. Oh! Things always go wrong in my Empties videos when I'm trying to get product out. A load of that has just landed on my trouser leg. Let's just see if I can scoop that up. There we go. Unlike last month where something landed on my nose. So yeah, this is a cream cleanser. What I like about this is it smells really nice, and the only way I can describe the smell of it is it reminds me of going to a spa, which I wish that happened to me more often, but it doesn't. But it just has that fresh spa-like smell to it. I think that's because of the essential oils that are in there. Chamomile, eucalyptus, rosemary and bergamot. I don't remember it removing eye makeup particularly well. It's okay. I think it's one of those ones that you'd need to use quite a lot of, because what I was finding is, according to the directions, you apply it to dry skin, and of course as soon as you start rubbing anything that's creamy into your skin's going to start absorbing it sooner or later. It's not like an oil where it's going to, you know, sit on your skin for quite a long time. So you're rubbing it, and it's effectively going into your skin and drying as well, and then you end up like your hands are kind of sticking around your face, and it just, you need to add water in there, because otherwise you just end up using tons and tons of this. So what I would do is I'd put it onto dry skin, rub it a little bit, and then I'd have to mix in a bit of water, because otherwise it would just start to dry out and become very difficult to move around my face. But I did enjoy using it. It's nice to try new things. The smell is lovely. It's a nice one to use in the evening because it's quite a relaxing scent, but it's not something that I would probably get again. It's not something that I could get really excited about, unfortunately. Whilst we're on the subject of makeup removal, I've also got this from Simple, and it's their Kind to Eyes eye makeup remover. So like I was saying, with a few of the other cleansers, I was finding that they weren't really removing my waterproof mascara particularly well. So I've been using this because it's quite a cheap alternative, and just putting it on a cotton round and then just kind of holding it over my lashes for a few seconds and then just sort of wiping it away, and it's been working really well actually. It's been a pleasant surprise. I probably would get this again, but only whilst I'm trying to find that holy grail cleanser that kind of does everything that I want it to. I mean, it even says on the front that it removes waterproof mascara, and I would say for the most part it does. But I really want a cleanser where I'm not having to use a cotton round. You know, I don't really want to be buying lots and lots of things just to take my makeup off at night. So until I find that Holy Grail cleanser which does everything that I want it to do, I'll probably continue to buy this. It does what it's supposed to do. What more can you say? And it's gentle. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about that I've been using up is this. This is my first waterproof mascara that I've been testing. So it's been the bane of my life in so much as trying to take it off at night. I could probably technically use this for a bit longer because I think I only actually used it for a month, but it just got to the point where I was having, it was quite a hit and miss mascara for me. Sometimes it would go on beautifully and then other times it was just a real clumpy nightmare. I actually mentioned this in my most recent Best and Worst of Beauty as well. And it's really messy as well. I don't know if I just got a bad one, but it doesn't seem to take much product off when you pull it out of the bottle. So you end up, I mean that's actually come out not so bad. And I think this is why it ends up being quite a hit and miss mascara, because sometimes you pull it out and there's a ton of product on there and you try and wipe it off and then that's when the bottle gets all disgusting. And my makeup bag was just getting really, really gross, and I just thought, do you know what, for the sake of, I think I got this on offer and it was £5, I thought, I just don't really want this in my life anymore. It's really not that good. I've got a list of other mascaras to work my way through, so I thought, let's just get rid of it now. It's the shortest time I've probably ever used a mascara, but there was a lot of hype I felt on YouTube for this. Maybe not so much the waterproof one, the original formula, so whether there's much of a difference there, I don't know. But this one's not for me. The quest continues. Okay, so I now have the product that actually broke me out, and it is this one from Nip and Fab Skin. It's another glycolic acid one, and it was a sample I got from Amazon. They had an offer on that if you bought anything else sort of beauty related, then you can choose, I think it was like a deluxe sample, and I chose this one. And it's their Glycolic Fix Exfoliating Facial Pads. I think there was 5 in here. What they were very much like is, when I was much younger and didn't really know what to do with my skin when it was really spotty, is I used to buy, I think was it Clean and Clear, they used to do in tubs, and you peeled the lid off and there were a load of little like round pads that had a smooth side and a scrubby side, and you were supposed to sort of exfoliate with one side and then use the smooth side, and they were all kind of saturated in some kind of acne solution stuff. God, I got through tubs and tubs and tubs of those. No doubt they were probably doing more damage to my skin than I thought they were, but that was a long time ago. These were essentially exactly the same thing. The design of them looked the same. Can't really remember what they smelt like. Yeah, the smell's still in here, just a very fresh, skincare-y sort of scent. Nothing sort of medical about them. But yeah, they broke me out. And according to the instructions, it does say, white pad across face and neck, apply to cleanse skin once or twice daily. I was using them in the evening after I'd cleansed my skin. I was sort of mainly concentrating on my more troublesome areas, and I was treating them as a bit of like an overnight treatment, so I used them for 5 nights in a row. And yeah, what I found was my chin area really broke out. Really big, painful spots. And the only thing that I changed up and done differently in my skincare routine was these. So I won't be buying these again. I don't know whether I do have a bit of a sensitivity to glycolic acid because of the face wash as well with glycolic in it that did a similar thing to my skin, whether I just need to not use it quite so often. Or whether these directions are a little bit off, maybe that is a bit often, I don't know. I think sometimes you need to experiment a little bit with things. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be rushing out to get these again. They were okay. I didn't really notice anything spectacular happen to the rest of my skin other than the fact that they broke me out. I think I've just got one more thing to talk about. Yeah, I can't see anything else. It is this. Now, you'll see that there is liquid in here, but it's just water. I filled it back up again because I want to show you how amazing the spray is on this. This is by a company who I have no idea how to pronounce the name. Omorovicza? That almost sounds promising. That's probably completely wrong. I'll put it on the screen what the name is. This also featured in my Best and Worst of Beauty, and it was also in the spring goodie bag that Cult Beauty did a while back. Hence why I have it, because this stuff isn't cheap. If you saw my Best and Worst of Beauty video, I mentioned that this stuff costs £48. It's got a nice frosted glass bottle. It's the Queen of Hungary mist. Now, the first thing I did when I saw this in the Cult Beauty bag was obviously go straight to Cult Beauty to see what I was supposed to do with this. And it said that it is, you can use it as a toner, you can use it to set your makeup, you can use it in various different ways. I think this is down as the first ever perfume, which is a nice story as well. It doesn't really say much on the bottle at all. But I used this exclusively for however long it lasted as a lazy toner step. So rather than use my usual toner, I was just spraying this over my face. And I also tried using it throughout the day as well. I tried using it to set my makeup, and I just found that it smelt nice, but it just it didn't really set my makeup particularly well. I wasn't convinced about the fact that it added any longevity to my makeup. It was quite nice and refreshing spraying something on, and as a toner I suppose it was okay, but for the price tag, I'm not buying it. I don't get it. It did feel like the Emperor's New Clothes to me, where lots of people were raving about it, and there's little old me just sat in the corner going, what? I did not get it at all. It's very expensive. It does look very luxe. It does look very nice. But, you know, who are the people that are going out and buying this? I don't know. I just think that's a lot of money to spend on something which doesn't particularly perform all that great. Maybe it just didn't really get on with my particular skin type, I don't know. I'm sure some of the reviews out there are genuine and people do absolutely love it, but it wasn't really for me. But I do absolutely love this bottle. I think it's a really nice size. It looks nice on the dressing table as well. And it's got a really nice goes on really solidly, the lid. So I've got various different uses for this bottle, and I'm not quite sure which to try first. I do use water to mist my hair down when it started to look a bit frizzy, so I could use it as a hair mist, but I don't know whether it is ever so slightly too misty. Or I could maybe make my own facial toner and use it as a lazy toner step. Or maybe I could just decant some of my current toner into here. There are so many things to try, but yeah, I wanted to show you the mist on this, because I did try and show you in my Best and Worst of Beauty video for June, but there wasn't much in here and it didn't really work very well. So I'm hoping maybe if I hold it up against my top it will show up. You see how beautiful that mist is? It's a really fine mist, and you do get quite a lot off in one go. This is literally just water in here, and maybe the smallest amount of actual Queen of Hungary mist left. But yeah, it's one of the nicest misting bottles I think I've ever had, in terms of it just delivering a really nice fine mist. So I'm getting carried away now. Hopefully you can still see. So yes, fail in terms of a product, but win in terms of packaging, which will get used and used and used again because it's lovely quality. And yeah, I'm quite excited about maybe putting other stuff in there and seeing how that goes. So that's it in terms of my empties. I will probably see you again quite soon because I am trying lots of other things as well. I seem to be flying through products at the moment, but hopefully this was of interest to you, and I will see you again soon. Bye!